No, they put money. Yes, sir. For AY, for make as an actual AY, and they have the foreign as well. How are you? All right. What's the AY for AY? No, not to this, not to this. It will take the YouTube link that AYBSM is showing. Be careful, be careful.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's good. Let's send you link that my lord. Sir.
Elkas, check your email.
Yes, I just want. My lord, yes. Yes, I do like that.
So where is John?
Where?
Help us only.
Elkas, check your email for the YouTube link. Elkas, check your email for the YouTube link.
That phone, which end on and the street on and the sea on and this position. Hello? How you doing? Very well. And that's beautiful. You are here. Hello, you okay? Yes. Hello, you okay? All right. Why you not going to work inside the Moscadet? Yeah. Hello? Good afternoon. Hey, Elizabeth, talk to the cameraman. Don't go to camera. I'm ready to be right now. Any matches? Good to see you. Oh yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. How's it going?
I only have an hour. You can get 30 minutes. Come on, man. Come on, you do it, man. That's how you do it.
Hey, my brother to walk. I see the point of this.
Anyone next time, there's no next time. There's no more next time. Yeah, I said it. So this is your chance. Like, I feeling like the person. Why you feeling like pressure? That is fact. Yeah, you apply pressure on people, you like it. Why you do it to other people?
So much more. You guys have basketball. Are we? Yes, ma'am.
You don't let it. Don't get that.
What do you mean? Some countries, I know. Police. Yeah. No, that's the passage. Yeah, but this, yeah. What is it? Yes. I don't pay attention with them. I want them working there because during the trial, evidence was mentioned about them mixing, maybe they make stop work orders. If I need each and every one of these stop work orders, all of those stop work orders and then permitting me to them. I want all to be taken. Then you go further back and take the phone to the bills. One more now, you use the phone or whatever. You want to use the phone? I mean, on it. Well, it's not making business now. We're already on it. We'll just take the photograph. We're not a business there has to be. That's bit by bit. Take an hour, so it will be sequential, it will mark it down. Yeah, not just take number for the sake of take. I guess specifically what I'm asking you to take. That's the stay. If we don't plan along, I can do it. So I don't.
Thank you very much.
George. We have to go in with the judge. Let's go see.
No, but before we go, just a question because it was a court that someone did look for. Mr. Paul S. Bokari, the engineer who did the two reports, the two expert reports. We want to recall him because he's supposed to be the one who should be supervising this business as far as we're concerned. In the sense that the technical person and the engineer, it's like visiting a disputed land before the court without a licensed surveyor. You can't really do much without those kind of experts. So it is my instruction for my clients that Mr. Paul Bokari, who produced the two expert reports for the court, be present so that we can guide this process. In which we will support for us to understand issues that raised in the court and upon which content was cross-examined. So for the first accused, that is our position. That is
Alright, so there's an application and pay attention.
yes,
It's a work stop order. Work stop order is for a safe environment. It's not good. Is that? Is that? No. Let's proceed. And cannot get there. We cannot be recording at the same time. Find somebody to help me.
yes.
We adopt the initial application made on behalf of the first defendant, and we will go further to say that we cannot proceed into this building without the necessary safety gear for the protection of life. No, that's what you see. Danger and fear. Mr. Commissioner, you are not the judge. I'm making my application. Please wait. No, there's no application. We support the application first, and its position is not going to go in the position. So that's done. Third.
That my lord, I adopt the
application for the presence of the second prosecution witness to be present here at the Locus meeting.
You also want to recall
for clarifications regarding
further cross-examination.
Further cross-examination in the bid to clarify the two reports that presented before the court.
If I may just deal with this Cecile's application. Why would you want to call
My Lord, with regard to the second defendant, there's a PW2. They prepared two reports to father say and it testified before the court, and it is necessary for him to be recalled because he's an ex.
You say you're not going to go in.
No, we are here for Locus.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. You say you're not going to go in. So, because the basis of wanting to clarify what Mr. Bokari has said, it will only flow if you feel what's inside the building.
The way you're saying, because he has prepared two reports,
Yes,
and he has testified.
I hope you get the point. He's prepared two reports. You cross-examine him with those reports. Now, these are matters arising from the Locus. You're going to go into the building to see what is in there. Then, following which you want to call Mr. Bokari, that's a different issue. But if you're not going to go in, then what's the basis of recalling Mr. Bokari?
Milord, that is
Unless you're going to go in.
Milord, we are not refusing to go in. Milord, I qualified my go in because I need safety gear. Milord, that is one condition.
Go buy them.
Milord, this is New York.
Is that so?
And yes, Milord, this is New York. Milord, you cannot just say go buy them, Milord.
You want safety gear, so go buy them.
No, Milord, we are here as a result of an order of the court. We are here as a result of an order of the court, Milord.
Was that part of the order that you get safety gears?
Milord, that is interpreted. In fact, Milord, it is the requirement within this jurisdiction.
If I am going to go in, you are saying you're not going to come in, then that will reflect on the application that you want to do.
You're not getting along.
And if you go in, they go into the good time, they can't go in time, then you got to be at the same time. If they can't go to the fine. But if we go in and we come out unscathed, then that certainly will reflect upon the application.
Let's just finish this. Suppose we get into that building and we got arrested by the necessary authorities in New York because we are in a
It's not a prohibited building. We are with
Milord, it is not a prohibited building, but it is under construction.
It's not a prohibited building.
Milord, it's under construction, Milord. It is under construction, Milord. Milord, look at it, father, danger.
Hold on. No, next, Mr. Kelfara. I'll come back to you. Yes. You know that this is very
of safety and also the presence of the witness. In the absence of any other objection, I would respectfully proceed with it.
There's a ruling. There's a fund being passed. You were there when the names of persons who were supposed to be in New York were agreed and declared by the judge. You could have raised the objection in Twitter. And that's why we made sure we said we will take care of any person who wishes to be paid for. Had you known that you wanted to speak to Mr. Bokari here and his name was not included by the judge, you could have raised it to Twitter. You did not. We are now in New York and you want to say Mr. Bokari should be here when you sat in court and did not do that. The law does not work like that.
Respectfully, my lord, that is exactly what you are trying to do. The way the law works is not what you are with respect. putting before the court. Mr. Bokari was a witness of the court. Yes, Mr. Bokari did not only testify, he was also cross-examined on documents that on 2 occasions he submitted to the court. It is the court that has mandated and ordered this locus. So it is the court that is, present here to conduct an inspection of this building. It is only an engineer, an expert, who has presented reports to this court in our estimation that can speak to those documents. So for us to come here and then you say we ought to have presented to the court names of people who ought to come and examine the building, with all respect, sir, in our estimation, that is not the requirement of the defense, neither the prosecution. Mr. Bokari was a witness of the court. It is the court that ordered the locus, and it is the court that should direct as to how we go about. But Mr. Bokari was discharged as a witness. That is why we started by recalling him that he's an engineer. He's an expert.
He was discharged by the court. And when the names of persons who were supposed to be there were named, you were in that meeting. You were in that conference. You could have
What do you mean by persons who are supposed to be here? Mr. Bokari is the expert. Are you saying that he's not the expert? Oh, he was not?
The court would have requested an expert.
He was an expert witness for the prosecution.
A witness brought by the prosecution. He was not an expert.
In any case, my lord, we have made our case that is what the instructions of the clients are, and in a situation of this nature, I think the court ought to meet that. Have you said something?
The issue is a very simple issue. This is a court visit. Look, I will get you arrested if you don't leave this place. I've called the police to get you arrested. You stop at the court. Please leave.
I'm Mr. Relone, I have a bike. This is my place. Hey, go. I'm Mr. Relone, I have a bike. That's it. I don't know.
Right, now it's simple. Mr. Bokari testifies as a witness. The orders of the local solicitor very clear that matters arising out of the local dispute, any application is subject to matters arising out of the local dispute. So if you want, very clear, if you want for the police, there was no requirement to Bokari here. If you want the company to be called, you have to be called on the basis of matters arising out of the local business. So if your position is you're not going to go inside the building, then I fail to see where the matters arising out of the local business arise, particularly when it's cross-examined. So it's a point the council has to reflect.
Yeah, but these are visual issues.
No, they are visual issues.
He should be speaking to the building.
No. The orders that I gave last, which have been circulated, was really clear the basis of which I've had the evidence and now see what is reflected. So if you want to recall the Bokari, then it should be matters arising out of the business. That is the order. But if you have not been into the building to raise matters arising out of the local, then on what basis do you want to be calling for Bokari to come back and be cross-examined? Actually, you cross-examine when we objectively asking questions from this local visit. No. You come no, but this is why you want to be extracted. It should be on the basis as was put in the previous order. Matters arising out of the law. But you cannot say as outside, I'm not going in. You know, that would be unfair with him. We're not going to matter arising. No, we're not complaining. it will not be unfair because if let's imagine that I don't come to a local, I would have gone on the basis of the court examination and the evidence in change. So now I'll come to this thing. But the issue is the orders were very clear. I'm just reminding counsel what was in the order. That recall of witnesses will be subject to matters arising out of the local. So if you have not been to see what you want to cross-examine Mr. Bokoyo, which you've not already cross-examined on, well, on what basis are you going to do it if you don't go into the building? So think about it. I'm just saying. You have no problem for you. Mr. Bokoyo, if the application is been made, Mr. Bokoyo to justify, that's fine. But then it will be subject to what arises out of the local. That's the other. Because that's the basically order at the stage. So it's a matter for council to whether they want to proceed with the application or not. But it will be dealt with. So that's how it is for now. You know? What of you? Sorry, ma'am. It's okay.
No, there is as and when necessary.
Yeah, I was looking.
Last time I checked, you didn't want to see.
But I was looking specifically for you. So, where's Teddy man? Not here?
He's not here. So the issue of adults,
well, all I know is I'm going to do it. Adult or no adult. Unless this building is falling down, I'm going to do it. No problem. So here's an interesting issue of conflict of law.
So why you trying to intimidate me? Your job. You don't intimidate me.
Good man.
Calm down. Nobody intimidate me. I'm in my building. This is my right. Yes, I have a question. So I'm gonna pick this.
I have a question for you.
I'm not coming.
What are you coming?
Yeah, I'm not coming. No one now.
Maybe President sorry to the inspection is not wider than it is actually code itself that wants to see for clarity purposes what the situation is. So you cannot really peg or confine the integrity of the inspection in local or the locus on the evidence of that one witness. We can have as many witnesses as possible being recalled in the light of the observations of the court and your own observations as well.
No, that point is taken. All I was saying is, with respect to his testimony, and somebody rightly pointed it out, that he being part of the process. Because when you are recalling him on the basis that all of us were here you saw, and therefore you ought to speak to what you saw as a witness. So that is what I was saying. But if that is the ruling of the court, that's no problem.
Thank you.
But he's not here now to put those issues to him. That's the point.
The law is very simple. The recall of a witness does not mean that the witness needs to be called at the law.
No. Does not mean that the witness should be absent. The witness has to be part of the process, and then when you go to recalling, you put what he saw.
That is not a law.
But again, we are okay, sir.
That is not a law. There's nothing that
live?
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I didn't help you. I didn't touch you. Stop dropping down. Helping you. Only at whatever it calls himself, professional head of community of work.
No problem.
There's no
Just to we back not to know most of the people, okay?
Now do not cut the Allah all day. Come back like this.
Okay, everybody please. Yes, everybody please listen. I'm Colonel Shanks. I'm the defense attaché to the Sierra Leone mission to the United Nations. For the purpose of this visit and this situation, the building is very, very small. Not everybody can get in. Otherwise, the judge and his team.
Sorry, sir. Let me just stop you here. I gave an order last week Friday. Only accused persons, counsel representing accused persons, and that's the problem.
Yes.
If you're not counsel, not an accused person, you have to be present.
Yes. So please, let's just abide by that. Myself, Colonel, and the rest of us who are not supposed to be there will wait for them to go in and come out.
Yes. Yes, I remember. I
said members of the
I don't want to call the name.
SLBC,
Yes.
AYV, that's all.
I know them. I know them.
No US press, me Lord.
Yes, we are allowing the judge.
No US press, me Lord. No US press.
Yes. We're allowing the judge, the court registrar, counsel for the first accused, Mr. M. Fofana. Mr. Fofana. Mr. Fofana and Mr. Nalo. Mr. Fofana, Mr. Nalo. Mr. Sedu Nalo. Mr. Fofana. For the second accused, okay. The presentation, I saw it. Yes, we can putting this up. The Mr. Fofana and Mr. Nalo. Mr. AFC, yes. Mr. Kipuma, Kayla is in. Anyone when no push this person later. Sorry, yeah.
Different attachment for them that
Yeah, I see what Be careful over there.
Don't you think, man?
We need to take a picture.
I don't give a fuck. You call your name?
This man of organization.
My Lord, I think you can also help permanent mission. My Lord, we are permanent for the sanctuary. I have been designated the substantive head of sanctions to lead the briefing process. But before I do, I want to place on record. These are not going to be one of the witnesses who testify because whatever others have testified in this briefing shall be of without video.
Take a picture. Yeah.
What you see now is a construction debris that was abandoned by the contractor. The contractor, as a matter of fact, was supposed to have removed this debris, but he couldn't do it. He refused to do it.
Please, and so you should be here.
construction debris abandoned by the protector. He was supposed to clean it up, but he didn't do it. He left it there, abandoned it. And this has now become free. My name is Chris. Yes. And as you can see, this place has now become a breeding ground for rats. You can see dead rats lying there. Yes, yeah. So, like I was saying, we have a lot of that this abandoned construction dead providing 5 years. Which is come back to the picture now. Yes, let's give them. Can we start at the basement? No, let's just do it. Can we start at the basement? Let's go. Pictures. Pictures from no. Yes. I have pictures. Let's go. Let's keep moving, please. Let's go.
Listen, excuse me.
Live streaming of the Locus below. It's not in order. I mean, we agree it was done outside, but not to be done inside the building below. It is prejudicial. The effect will be prejudicial.
What we discussed in the absence of his lordship, and probably we need to put that to his lordship, and we raised it with the commissioner and Mr. Matsebo.
Yes.
That yes, I mean the streaming has commenced outside, but for the purposes of the interior of the building and the fact that this building has been in this state undone for at least 3 or more years, I mean it will be good for the court to take every picture that it's one, but let it be preserved and let it not be done, I mean, as if it is a live streaming for various reasons that we identified. The commissioner said he has a different, opinion on that. So it was on that basis that we said we wanted the court to hear it and then probably give a ruling on that issue.
Yes, if I may add on behalf of we believe that this has a judicial effect on the entire process. I do not believe that this adds this streaming, this live streaming adds any value to the judgment that you would be giving independently. This, we believe that for the public to see something like this, that they do not have the proper background to it, I believe does not, I mean, its judicial value outweighs its probative effect under any circumstance.
My lord, we disagree.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
Quite strongly.
I'm not done yet. Please,
Generally in public.
Yes,
We all can speak together.
Yes, my Lord. And my Lord, this was
Taking down the stairs.
if we had known before time that this was going to be something considered, A lot of you would have let our views being known before it come. This was something that we do not believe in the interest of justice. My Lord, and what we're asking for is the interest of justice, for justice to be done to all the accused persons, not only just the fourth accused who were represented, but I think I speak for all accused persons. I say that in the interest of justice, their liberty and so many other things are at stake, because their reputations are at stake, and we do not believe that this adds any value to you at the trial of facts. Yeah, and we do not believe that this adds any value to whatever decision you will have to reach, the process of reaching your decision. So, on behalf of the fourth accused, this is our humble application. Also, we do not even understand who are here. We understand that based on the public notice that we all became aware of yesterday, that some national broadcasters, SLBC, AYV, etc. But apart from that, we're seeing other people who we do not know, who they are, and we do not know who they represent, and we do not know if they're even here in compliance with your order. So, this is a humble application.
Allowed for the third accused. I am in it means clean or not means clear. For me, it's for you to be able to position your mind as to the explanation with regards what it were before now and what it is now, because the prejudicial effect that we're talking about lay in your mind. Because it's you that we are dealing with, what you're seeing, and the explanation, if there is any audio or video evidence that anybody will be showing to you, as to what the structure was before this date. So for me, it's a public interest matter. People have already started seeing it being screened. For us to stop screening abruptly, we cast some aspersion as to what we are doing here.
God bless you.
So I am indifferent.
No, actually, you are in favor.
Yeah. No, if it is screened, I have no problem. It's not screened, but I think because it is a public interest matter and we already started screening it, it should be screened.
Prosecution. Yes, I know the subject to what the commissioner is saying. All I'm saying is that fundamentally, these proceedings ought to be in public. It is only where, for reasons that are cogent, in which the court would have taken into account, where in-camera proceedings are held. And by no stretch of the imagination in my submission do these particular proceedings require that they be held in camera. It's not as if this is the first time this has happened. In this particular trial, the ruling, your lordship will recall, was televised, and I do not see the prejudice that my learned friends are talking about. We are simply saying it's prejudicial. In what sense would it be prejudicial for justice to be seen, to be done in public? So for those reasons, I would strongly suggest, my lord, that there ought not to be any secrecy. After all, transparency is one of the requirements of any judicial system.
I'll say you join them. The issue of the judicial emanates from the circumstance whereby 3 years back, no visual was showed to the public. 3 years back or 4 years back, no visual was showed to the public. And fast forward, the building is now in a different state. And now we are showing the public visuals that are quite different from that which was before the stop work, the Lord. So that is the prejudicial effect, because there ought to be that balance for the public to know this was what it was, and now this is the state. But if we're just streaming now, one side, this situation, my Lord, it is prejudicial to the rights of the accused person. Section 23, subsection 3 of the Constitution states that yes, we agree it's a public hearing, but my Lord, if it's a public hearing, will you allow other people to come to the court to stream who are not in the court structural system? And I will reiterate, the orders you gave never had in them the issue of live streaming of the administrative. And this is a Locus hearing, Melod. This is a Locus hearing, and it's novel to us, to some of us, for live streaming of the proceedings. That's what I would say, Melod.
Absolutely.
So, I do not see why my learned friends are now raising issues about the stream. First of all, streaming is an administrative issue. The judiciary put out a notice to the public in Sierra Leone yesterday, stating that all the proceedings here were going to be streamed. But secondly, and most importantly, the public has a right to know what is happening because this is a public interest trial. I do not see why they cannot see to say that the state, how the state was 3 years ago and the state that is now today, it's a continuing issue. It's a continuing damage. And that is why we want people to see exactly what we have taken to court and why we believe that justice must be served. So I do not see why it should not be streamed. For all intents and purposes, like Mr. Maxibo rightly said, transparency and accountability is not just about what happens in court, but also how it's seen happens. Thank you.
Milord, if I may just a final rejoinder. Milord, yes, the issue of transparency is very good. Milord, but even here, at this present Locus visit, you have restricted people from entry. If it were not the case, you would have asked everyone to enter. There's so many people who are outside the Lord who want to be in there. Sierra Leoneans, they think that the Sierra Leoneans, this touches and concerns us.
They can watch it on TV.
Fair enough, Milord, but again, Milord, what we're saying is our position is that we do not believe that what's broadcasting this in the manner it is done now unduly sensationalizes an already sensitive case, and we do not believe that that is what we need at this point in time. Lord, we know that the law is in your bosom. We believe, we have no doubt in your fairness, Lord. And what we're saying is that this does not add value to the process of government. And Lord, what we have continued to emphasize, what I said and what my learned friend African Solutions said is that the public will not understand the context in which they're seeing the building now. They will view the building from the lens of today only. And what my learned friend, the ACC commissioner, is saying, that this is a continuing state. No, this is not a continuing state in the sense that in 2021 or thereabout, there's a stop work order from the state of New York. So nothing has been done for 3 years or thereabout in this building, Lord. So the public will not be getting that perspective, Lord. The perspective that they will be seeing will just be what they're seeing today. In whatever rotten, broke down state it is today, that is not the fault of the accused persons. And that is why we are emphasizing that this adds no value.
The closing submission you're making. That is why we should just proceed.
All I know, you're not the judge, Mr.
This issue,
I'm the judge.
Please.
Hey, gentlemen.
now, the issue that I believe that I can't see. There'll be a full ruling down the line, but suffice to say, all of these objections, quite frankly, are misconceived. And I'll tell you why. Firstly, before we came in here, there was an order. It was very clear as to who and who were allowed into this building. That is not to say that the trial was being held in camera. That's the starting point. But for obvious reasons, we do not want disruption in here, just why people were restricted, i.e. accredited members of the press. Everybody that is in here today, their names were called outside. You were already in, so you never heard it, but their names were called outside before we came in. So that's number one. Secondly, the very constitution that you rely upon is very clear. The trial should be held in public. Live streaming is one aspect of a public trial. In other words, putting it out to the public so they can see what is going on. And let me hasten to add, Mr. Sori, that the views of the public as to how the building is now or how it would have been 2 years ago is irrelevant insofar as I am concerned. When it comes to determining the issue, this is why we're here. to look at the building and we can make an assessment based upon the evidence already before the court and what we're seeing right now. I don't think anybody would think otherwise, that if a building has stood for 2 years, it would not look the way it looked 2 years ago. And this is where the evidence comes, which is why it's important that we come here today, we see what is going on. The evidence has already been given, counsel of course examined. So we're just having a visual of what was given in court at the time and to put it into context with the evidence that was given. So take, for example, if Mr. A said there was no door to come in here, and I come in now and I see a door, I would want to know why there's a door here now when there wasn't a door previously. So it's putting the evidence into context. And that does not affect the fair trial rights of the accused, because I need to determine this matter on the evidence that is before the court. This is a visual aid. I don't know if you see the judgment that I gave on Friday, the order that I gave on Friday. I was very clear on the relevant authorities and what we're looking at by being in here. So there's not going to be any prejudice to the accused person. Whatever the public think about what they see, it's a matter for them. I mean, prior to us coming to this building, the public have said a lot about this trial, 90% of which is nonsense. But I've not been affected by whatever it is they said. I've just simply listened to the evidence and I've dealt with it that way. So whatever views they may hold as to what they see is a matter for them. But the court's own interpretation of what it sees right now is likely to be different from what they feel they're seeing right now. So there's no prejudice there. But if you want to rule it, as I said, that's fine. But as far as we're concerned, the public interest requires that the public should know why the court is here today. And they can see why we're here and what we're doing, which is that we're here to look at this building and that's it. Whatever views they may hold, it's a matter for them, not my concern. But I'm looking simply at the evidence. So don't have no sweat. Your clients will not be prejudiced in any way, shape, or form. And Mr. Sise, your own point is that it's prejudicial to the second accused. I don't believe it is. The second accused, the evidence against him so far is pretty clear. We've just come here to conceptualize what we've had in court. And certainly you have an opportunity to lead evidence, as he said he's going to testify. All of that evidence will be looked at in the round. So there's no prejudice to him. I have no doubt about that. We're just here to see what we see. And of course, we know there's been stop work orders given going back 2 years ago. So we'll assess what we can see from those stop work orders going back 2 years ago. So I don't think there's a problem there. So we continue. The public have a right to see why we're here, because it's all about taxpayers' money. Other issues will be dealt with in court.
May I ask on behalf of the second that a comprehensive ruling be given to us on the situation?
There will be, yes. I've said that, and I've just summarized it so you know what we're thinking about. And we will deal with it. But I don't see a prejudice to the second. So, do we have the pictures? Yes, please.
So, my lord, on behalf of the first, now that we are proceeding with the exam, the locus, the display as we are seeing it, and in the case of the first accused, since he was the head of Chancery at the period under review, I'm not sure what your direction will be, but I believe we want to also be heard as we proceed, in view of the fact that at the time he left the building, some 2 or 3 years ago, we want to see what he left or what he saw, the case may be. So I don't know if you are going to do it as we proceed, or we're just going to see the building as it is.
Well,
and then,
in answer to your question, this is why I'd said that we're not going to complete this today. Today we're going to view, because presumably after Mr. Nalo would have viewed the building, he would want to sit down with you and point out certain matters.
yes,
Which, in fairness, I don't think we'll be able to hear that evidence from him right now, which means we're going to have to come back tomorrow. You know, that's how it is.
So today is just view.
Today we're going to view. We could make notes. Likewise, Mr. Nico Wilson, Mr. Soy, and Mr. Sisi, others, we can make notes of what we see today. And then, of course, any evidence that needs to be led will be led tomorrow morning. All right. And let me just say, Mr. Sawyer and Mr. Nico Wilson, the orders given were that accused person should be present at this locus. And I note that the fourth accused is not here. And no reasons have been given as to why he is not here. All right. It's a concern, but I'm just raising it for now. And I would want to hear from you, Mr. Sawyer, or counsel representing him as to why he's not here when the orders were given for him to come here. All right. Okay, so let us proceed with the viewing for now, and then we'll deal with any evidential issues. I mean, it's simple. Let's you allow to take pictures for your own consumption, but I don't feel that in those cases in particular, you would need to tell me what you see.
He said that COVID make the money dollars. How? Look at this. How? This is really, really sad. I'm telling you don't done once they present on this side. Whether we have additional materials sitting in warehouses, we have no information. We only receive information. We do not endeavor to give us any documents. These are the materials. The description of them, I'm not very sure about it because I'm not technical enough. They're technical enough to give any clarity.
What's his name?
Idris Estia.
He was a witness.
Was he a witness?
Yes, he was. He was a witness.
Of another record. So let's go.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm your mind for that. Because we need bringing them into the frame now.
So we are at the reception area. This is the basement of the building.
All right, yes.
This is the ground floor of the building.
Ground floor of the building.
It's supposed to be the reception area.
We have definitely
of that side.
Let's make sure let's photograph everything. Right. Okay, let's move forward. Photograph of the floor as well.
So
and in here. Bit by bit. What is this? This is supposed to be store. The store.
Yeah.
Store. So note it down as a store. Yeah. Another store here. Alright, let's have the toilet in here as well.
So, my lord, this is the shaftway where the elevator is supposed to be installed. And as you can see, the opening rooftop in this space has been providing access for the leakage of water and snow.
So there's an open roof going up.
Yeah.
Okay, this is why they sued us. Thank you. Because the water from here seep to the neighbors.
And this is why this
This is so deteriorated, Mr. President.
I'm telling you, the water has destroyed this place.
For the basement.
This is the ground floor.
Ground floor.
The basement is downstairs. So there is a basement.
Downstairs. Yeah, this is just
This is the first floor.
or ground floor.
There's
Like
no
ground
basement
floor.
there. That's the point. There's even no basement.
There's
The
a
only
basement
thing we
over
have.
there.
The first accused says there is a basement.
Ahead of us, there is supposed to be a conference room.
Okay, let's
Conference
let's
room
go
for
down.
this mission upon completion of this work.
This is the basement first. Then tomorrow, say we can. Yes, ma'am.
So that two Is there another floor under this one?
I can't call it.
There's a basement down there.
I can't call it.
There's a basement down there.
There is a space where you have the wiring for electrical connection.
On the ground, there's not a floor.
Now he said it's a basement. He didn't say it's a floor. It's a basement.
Where is the roof to the basement? This is not. Don't forget there was additional request to have two more
floors.
We'll get there.
No, we're gonna get there. We've not even got there.
No, I have knowledge of the case.
So we got here, yeah? Don't get here.
Basement. They say that they have two more floor. Where is that two more floor? The value of this place is $100,000. I'm telling you, $4.9 million. This is what we have. God help us. So let's just go out.
There are some stairs.
And then take up back here, extend them and take up. Watch out, take them.
That's not the steps to the basement.
Extend them. Turn the camera around. So you can take them up.
Yes. Yes. But Mr. George, that's the lift there. That's the basement place.
Extend the camera out.
This is where the elevator should be. By the way, the elevator has been paid for.
No, you're not doing right, my friend. So, turn this thing to outside.
That is where the elevator should have been.
That's right. So it's open.
And by this stage, the stage at which we are on that contract, this house should have been at least 95%. Because you paid more than 95%. The only thing left at our retention.
That's the basement there. Look at the steps going up. That's the steps going up.
Okay.
That's down basement and upstairs.
But this is the step.
Basement, one going down.
My lord, let's go upstairs.
And that's upstairs.
Do you want to take a look at
Commissioner, you got to take time over. inside wire. Now they take note of the pipes. Where you cast?
I'm here.
Pipes.
Don't run your basement.
The pipe is a pipe. Is this pipe an old pipe? The condition of this an old pipe, please.
Whether it's a basement or
So it goes round.
My lord, I'm here, my lord.
Buddy,
What are the kind of?
No, this is the basement. All the electricals are done here. The electricals are done here. That's why you see all these. For sustain the building also. So when that is tomorrow you will explain the effect of the steel columns.
okay, but you know
This was a very old
this one.
Not a serious steel column. Steel frame. The steel frame and the whole display because of that.
Yes. Yes. Mr. Sorry. Mr. Sorry. Mr. Sorry. I overheard.
Yes.
Can I come?
It's not supposed to be. You should be ahead of us. Yeah, come. Yes. Now that guy,
Yes, I was.
another guy.
Yes, we are.
you don't come plant
Pay attention. You said pay attention. Wake up first floor. What take the wall on the side, every nook. Yeah, first, yeah. I want that story.
So this step is saying at the man changer. Well, all this you have to explain.
Can't say so. First floor. Windows.
It's open.
So one thing back, I wish they caught me for wrong getting an independent man from the voluntary.
So we don't install the grass. No. The those are the sensors. Cameraman, there's a central heating system here. And the pull system. So yeah, it's more like
like Mr. Fire of Mr. I saw the guy in York. I still have this before that. Second floor. This is the first floor. Just look back and look. Yes, I got ground floor, first floor. The more they look this piece, the more it deteriorates. And because the way to go inside, you don't take up your down. I'm not becoming a master. We do better up here. Yeah. Take picture. So now we see clearly. Memory is fade. See what in signs of serious deterioration.
Royal gas. Who say electricity go, man? No, not really.
Only for spend juice and the babies.
This is what I'm
even the inches, they're looking. Is the flower complete?
When I come back, I'm going to repair. Yeah. So all the you know, say I know you go to
no, everything's
all new. All new. Because they use gypsy board, then they close the building for so long. Because it's gypsy board. The place is well electrified. It's well very nice.
It doesn't
I'm not talking. All man not talking. That's 95% complete.
What you need to see now is because of that inclement weather and all, you can just start a POP, my lord. If you drop this place for the last even one 6 months, forget about the 2 or 3 years. At least they haven't done. Then that's the way for weeks go after they come. So what is your this inclement weather cannot be blamed on Jules Sanders Davis.
Yeah. That's the
You not get light? Somebody be whole light.
Why do you get light?
Come.
This is
the second floor. Now go to the third floor.
No. This is the second floor. The fourth. Top floor is what? This is the fourth.
This is the second floor. You start from the ground floor.
We went to the basement.
No. The basement. This is the first floor. In the ground floor.
So how many floors?
First floor. Because their own ground floor is the first floor. That's what.
Okay, well, I think for our purposes, it has to be the second because we don't have any other floor. There's one floor after this one. Yeah.
Yes, we took after this.
Yeah. So sometimes this is second floor. Now we're going to third. No, not in that time. Not in that time. This is second. We have 2 floors. The basement.
I talk about 6 floors.
There's 2 floors on top.
There are 2 floors on top of the fourth floor.
But the basement is not part of the floor. Yeah. Yes. In fact, look, this still. All of this steel structure.
So, by law, this is the fourth. This is the fourth floor. This is the fourth floor. This is the fourth floor. This floor, you bring the additional.
Okay.
This is the last. This village, can't see new material.
Look. So this is the fourth floor.
So look at materials.
Look at material now.
There's no other floor.
The staircase. Cars, you know they will see safe pass. Snap this thing. You say the man not do nothing. Snap them here.
We need light here.
Please not put a lock. It just time like we get POP. When you lock the place, the man, 6 months. This man we don't lock over 3 years.
You know they look at the money.
No, that's why I really call it money. Oh, no, I made me back on that. Yes, we've done that, my lord. Done. Okay. Okay, no, don't do another. Yes, we don't do another. Yes, Mr. Lord.
So, Matthias.
Yes, my lord. Yeah, all here. The concept of the fifth and sixth law was different. Was going to be different from this law. Those ones we are going to have glass ceilings, right one, and not brick walls.
You, Elkas, please, and take the was listing.
This is the fifth floor. These ones we are wood. They have to replace them because they said these ones are not rocks. It will take years, over 50 years before you can come to do anything about these ones, according to them. Yeah. So they have been the kind of job that will last for 50 years plus.
These are all materials.
So the fifth and sixth law. Because the fifth and sixth law, the counter, the perimeter is potentially going to be big glass, right from. So the concept of it is like two different buildings. The ones with the last two layers of big glass, and the ones down with big glass. The map that is still that.
No, be careful here. Yeah, no, please.
The best one for this is that you will not take an independent person from New York here. They can give you the value of them here. They recommend that. But this is New York. It's a very expensive city. New York is expensive than cash. You don't do that. If we say I'm a Chinese material they use now, don't try to finish this building that people they count. Oh no, they put Uganda and no Canada. You should be proud of us.
Everything that I have to do, they put all the overhead.
Brand new.
I can snap them to you.
All of this. I can snap some we left some snap all you know.
I wish they would come and watch this program. Yes. Yes, my lord.
Yes, sir.
And you see
Watch up.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This not a thing. We're not really proud of being part of Uganda. It's best. You did your best, man. Very impressive. You explain line by line how you go tomorrow. Yeah, take a line by line.
I've almost closed the address.
You go to the job. Go to the job. You just go to the job. You go. You focus to the job.
Now,
Commissioner,
what you this man do we take this extend the update, take off. That side we say gas off. Why you put the side back? And the gas. You want to put it, you want to take it back. Wait, the camera. The second Locus, the camera.
The competition. Mr. Fofana, I am here. Very close to the judge.
It's blocked. It's not access to any block. It's blocked from here.
Let's say the dangerous man.
So this is the last establishment.
So this is the fourth floor.
And the both, so they are intended floors.
So the two intended floors.
Yes.
No, but side go explain. What side? But now we be seeing that tomorrow if you explain.
No, I'll explain tomorrow.
Yeah, they explain tomorrow.
We'll just need to get a visual, put our thoughts together, then we'll come back and we'll go through the
Said gets a visual of how the building be turned before the restoration. Then immediately after, before the after stop. All I know the plan. The live stream, you know, which side
You're objecting to live streaming, so we
no, nobody don't rule on that.
if I
and Massimo is not going to object. Transparency.
Yes.
No more live.
And commissioner will take the stand. Live streaming.
Commissioner,
Put the tripod back in, like close.
Yes, I just want the floor to see the floor.
You forget like the mono part. You know like the mono part?
Stop and
So productivity.
So horrible.
Oh, we're out again.
There's somebody close. Ankan. 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 No, they can close it.
Yes, we've done the viewing for today. That's done. We'll communicate to the public what happens subsequently. So that's that.
Today,
Fambule, the exercise for today, as we just heard from the Honorable Judge, today's exercise has come to an end. We'll continue the session tomorrow. Thank you so very much. Transparency. This is the commitment of the Honorable Chief Justice, Chief Justice, Chief Justice of the Nation. Thank you for your time. Thank you for it. This is New York, United States of America.